Okay.
Welcome to the Ring to Thunder podcast.
We are live. Let's just wait a little bit. Get a few viewers here. All right, it actually worked this time. That's good. I don't know if you just want to start off rip here or.
Yeah, we can go ahead and start.
All right, cool. All right, so we are going to be recapping all things, how poorly this NBA All-Star weekend went. And we also have up on our podcast Instagram, if you'd like to ask a question, we're going to be answering a ton of questions tonight. So
you can also just drop a comment.
Also drop a comment.
That's easier.
But yeah, Landon, you want to kick it off with the skills challenge?
Well, we'll start with the Spurs. They tried to skew the rules, mess around, and just throw up shots as fast as they can just to speed through the challenge. But the NBA was not rocking with it. They instantly turned it down. They were like, we're not having it. They showed Wemby and Chris Paul the rules, and I guess it was in the rules that it has to be like actual shots. You can't just throw stuff up. Wemby didn't seem too happy with Chris Paul. It's a pretty typical Chris Paul thing to do, though. Try to skew the rules and find loopholes around them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, why even do the contest? Why even sign up for it if you're just going to do that? Just wasting your and the fans' time.
I think it was more to make a statement of the joke that All-Star Weekend is. But
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, skills challenge has been kind of boring for years now. I don't really think they get many viewers for the skills challenge. So, I mean, congrats on Cleveland winning, but
at least add like a half court shot to it or something, not just basic layups and chest passes.
Yeah, I missed the I forgot what it was called, like the shooting stars or whatever.
Make them throw a lob or something. I mean, spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, the passes are like a foot away now too. It's not even like they're having to try.
Like a hole. It's a giant hole.
Got one comment here. Thoughts on Carlson getting snubbed from the dunk contest? It's rough. I was pretty pissed off, but we'll get him next year for sure.
That's heartbroken.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's all really I have for the skills challenge. I mean, pretty boring.
It was Warriors and Cavs in the second round, right?
Yeah.
The Warriors couldn't pull it off in Golden State. Typical Draymond activities.
Yeah, it was Draymond's fault. He couldn't make the pass, which is funny.
Yeah. And the Cavs brought it home for, I think, the second year in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did back-to-back.
Who they have again?
Donovan, Mobley, Allen was, I think.
Oh, it's just two people.
Thunder signing Drewski to add some front court depth. I don't know. He looked a little shaky out there in the celebrity game. I did like the effort, but I'm gonna need more practice before we sign him.
He needs some shooting work with Chip England.
Yeah, for sure.
And some coaching.
All right, 3-point contest. I actually kind of enjoyed the 3-point contest this year.
It seemed competitive. It seemed like they were actually pushing one another.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Tyler Hero obviously won, which was not my pick. I picked Dame to three-peat because, I mean, why wouldn't I? Pretty pissed that Isaiah Joe wasn't in there, though, after watching Cam Johnson and like Jalen Brunson. Like, Isaiah Joe's actually a three-point shooter. Like,
Isaiah Joe deserved to be there. There was a lot of there's a lot of 34% to 36% range 3-point shooters that somehow managed to get in.
Yeah, and that kind of showed. I mean, the way Cam Johnson was missing was awful. Like, the balls were bouncing off the rim and into like the stand, so it was pretty bad. But I'm really surprised that Hero ended up beating Dame, to be honest.
And then Buddy Buckets tied Curry's record. I think when Curry set the record of 31, there wasn't the starry balls that give you extra points.
Yeah,
the deep range balls.
Yeah. He started off really hot. I thought maybe he would get it too, but
Yeah. So the final round was Hero, Hild, and Garland. Garland walked away with 17 points, Hild with 23 points, and Hero barely topped Hild with 24 points.
Yeah, Hero was lights out. I mean, he continued his shooting into the All-Star game yesterday too. He's on a heater right
I
now.
didn't really expect Garland to be good at the 3-point
No,
competition.
I didn't.
He's
I
a
didn't
he's
either.
a he's a great player, don't get me wrong, but like when I think of Darius Garland, I don't think 3-point shooter.
Yeah, I don't think of Sniper either. I was thinking more like Dame and Buddy Hield, but I was wrong.
It's a different dynamic of shooting off a rack than shooting catch and shoot threes though. It's
Definitely.
definitely an obstacle for them to overcome. And I think Hero said they had like some practice rounds before the actual thing.
Yeah, you can see like a lot of the guys tire out. They get so amped up and they use their legs on every shot in the first round and then end up.
Yeah, people who lean towards shooting with their arms definitely have an advantage over the guys who use more legs.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, Tyler Hero walked away with that one. Let's see, moving on. Dunk contest. Also, I'd like to say it just moves so fast. Like they gotta add something or make like the skills challenge better or something.
Except for the actual All-Star game tournament, but we'll get to that later.
Right. Dunk contest. Mac McClung is one of the best dunkers of all time. Not in-game dunkers, but out-of-game dunkers. But
Have you seen the video of him practicing for the car dunk?
yeah, he fully cleared
That one was more impressive than the actual dunk.
But I mean, I'd have to say, like, I was really upset with Andre Jackson. I really had high hopes for Andre Jackson. He's got some bunnies. Like, I guess he's more of an in-game guy.
It was just bland dunks. Needed a little more creativity. It's just stuff it was just copy and paste dunks that we've already seen the last 10 years. So.
The thing with Mac is he actually gets the dunks on the first try, which is really awesome to see because that's what we all miss like the Levine Gordon days. Because it was just one dunk and done. Like we didn't have to wait three times to see the dunk. But yeah, I mean Mac's. I'd even say Mac's second dunk, the one where he jumped over a guy and did a windmill with his right hand and then dunked another one with his left hand. I mean, that's a top.
It wasn't even
dunk contest dunk of all time to me. Like honestly.
Yeah, it wasn't even that they were just handing out 50s to them. It was dunks that legitimately deserve 50-point scores.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, every single one of his dunks was easily a 50. Shout out to Stephon Castle though, because he really did.
He pushed him
for it. Yeah, for sure. I see people on like Twitter saying he won, no shot, but
it was like that dunk coach or whatever was getting involved with every single dunk. I was like, can we get some actual players out there throwing them lobs? I was so confused.
That's another thing. Like, even when Blake Griffin had his dunk over the hood of the car a while ago, he had Baron Davis in the car. Like they would, NBA players have stopped bringing out other NBA players to do it. I don't know why. I think that adds a little more.
Well, there was the one he did over Mobley. I like that.
He did do it over Mobley. I'm just saying, like you see, like a lot of teammates do it. Like they'll bring out a teammate most of the time, but I haven't seen that in a while. So I think it adds better like drama effect to the dunk. But
I saw like the dunk originally over Mobley, and I was like, all right, I don't know if that meets the criteria for a 50. And then they showed the replay, and he tapped the rim, and I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, the thing with Mac is like it's so weird. I don't know how he does it because he's not even tall. He keeps going up. When you think he's about to come down, he goes another foot in the air. Like it's unbelievable. His hang time.
Yeah, he defines the laws of gravity.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Mac McClung 3 in a row. Hopefully next year we get some actual players. They always chat on Twitter after they see it, but they never do it.
It's like why even tweet and gaslight the whole and gaslight every fan in the NBA if you're not actually going to follow through with your word.
They've been doing that forever. I mean, LeBron did that in 2009, I think, at the dunk contest. He confirmed himself to be in for 2010, and obviously that never happened.
And now he doesn't even want to play in All-Star games.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We can get on to that.
For a game that's not even until Wednesday.
But yeah, Saturday night wasn't terrible. I still like them to change. I want them to add the I think it was called the Shooting Stars back when it was like Chris Bosh, Dominique Wilkins, and I forgot the girl's name from the WNBA, but they would do like a few spots in the half court setting, and then they would have to finish with the half court shot, and they do a certain time. I really liked that. That was fun. If they add that back and then change
It
the
just
challenge up, I mean, it could be a better night.
it just needs some spice. I'm tired of this same Rising Stars format. It gets old.
Yeah, definitely. All right, yeah, and then we move on to Sunday. In my opinion, worst All-Star game of all time. It wasn't even like the
It's
games.
definitely up there.
It's like they would go 10 points into a game and then stop the game for like 40 minutes. I think the break was like 20 minutes or so in the last one, but that's like you can't do that to players when they get all
Yeah,
worked up to play.
and just breaking it up into 4 teams, 2 Eastern Conference and 2 Western Conference teams would make so much more sense than a 4th team that's the winner of the Rising Stars tournament or whatever.
Yeah, I
Putting
mean,
them
they threw
putting
like
them in putting rookies in the same position as all-stars who have proved themselves and deserve to be there is just a joke to me.
only the All-Stars should play in the All-Star game, not the Rising Stars. Yeah, that's what Landon was saying. That's like one of the things I agreed with Draymond because Draymond was pissed that happened. I agree. I think that's ridiculous, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
one of the few Draymond Yap moments that I can actually get down with.
Yeah. When he said that they're gonna win a championship, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but anyway, yeah. A lot of ad breaks. I think there was a stat like an unbelievable
It
amount.
was the ratio was 42 minutes of gameplay compared to 80 minutes of commercial time.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That ratio is just stupid.
And
Clearly
also,
shows.
I mean, they were like during the game, you got Kevin Hart talking on like the loudspeaker, so they could actually hear him talking. I think that's ridiculous as well because it wasn't even like good commentary. He was trying to be funny, but it seemed a little forced. And then games to 40 just make no sense. I personally I'm a East versus West guy.
I like the classic red on blue jerseys.
Yeah, that's it, and it actually provides better like
Obviously the
opportunity
West would dominate the East with the current way the NBA spread out, but
I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Like I'm not.
It would be fun to see all those guys play together though.
Yeah,
You got Jokic, Shea, Wemby, LeBron, Curry.
Yeah,
list goes on, all on the same team.
I think it gives the All-Stars more time to play. Like the first team, the young stars, they played one game, lost, and then that was it for them. And it's a game to 40, so they barely. And the players played like I think J-Dub said he played like 4 minutes. Like that's ridiculous. You work so hard to be an All-Star, and then
they almost just use the rookies as test dummies.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
A practice team.
Like the East versus West format would create better opportunity for big plays because it's a constant up and down game, which that's all people are really looking for. And yeah, I don't like 4 teams at the game just to 40 because then they're breaking it up. There's a timeout for 30 minutes, and you don't really
seemed awkward. It seemed awkward for the teams that won the semifinal game. They were just sitting there in the locker room waiting for the championship game.
Yeah, so the team world or whatever, the global team
for a Mr. Beast intermission.
Yeah, they must have sat. They must from the first game to the second game. They must have sat an hour and a half. Like it was. You can't do that to NBA players. One, they don't want to cause injury. I think that worsens likelihood for injury. So I think this was like the worst All-Star weekend.
It was a disaster.
And hot take, I don't even know if it's that much of a hot take. I think this weekend cemented Adam Silver as like one of the worst.
Yeah, if he doesn't
of all time, like
if he doesn't reevaluate this format and see it as a disaster and change things next year, you have to question his skills as a commissioner.
Yeah, and some of the players are like, yeah, no, we were actually like it was real competitive out there. It wasn't. It wasn't at all. Like
Maybe Wemby.
Wemby was competitive. Kyrie was actually playing some defense, but that's it.
Did you see his troll on Chuck's team? He walked in their locker room with the trophy,
Yeah,
started
no, that was
flaunting
good.
it.
But like other than that, I mean to end this really got me pissed off. Like to end the whole night, the last game, the team OGs needed one more point, and Tatum just does this fairy tale dunk. He just lays it up in with nobody
Oh
around
yeah,
him. Like you
that
gotta
was a
give me some flash to end the game. And I knew
that was a
Tatum was
stupid
gonna do
ending.
that because that's what he does. Like no flair. He's just gonna lay it in for the win, and that's it. Like, come on, dude. That was boring as hell.
Yeah,
Very.
very vanilla ending.
Yeah, but let's get to some of these questions.
Yeah, we do need to do that.
If you guys have questions, comment in the live. We also have some up on our story from earlier. Let's start with the story ones because that was earlier.
All right, you can take one and then I'll take one. We can just switch off.
All right, so I got J_Sanders53.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what he said here. Do you think guys like Lou have progressed people like Dub's development offensively? No, I don't think guys like Lou have progressed Dub's development offensively. I
I
mean,
think Dort's I think it's kind of individual development by Dort.
he's saying like, do you think people like Lou have progressed people like Dubs? Like, is he having an effect on Dub's offense? No, I don't think so. I think it's Shea and coaching and his personal development. I guess you could kind of say like Lou gives him more opportunities because he causes fast breaks and stuff. But no, I wouldn't say Lou had a direct effect on Dub becoming who he is, and Dub's still a work in progress. So,
Kind of
no.
unrelated. But one thing I do like about Dort's offensive game is we can be down by 20 or up by 20 and nothing really phases him.
Right.
He just keeps playing the same way offensively. He's going to be willing to take shots no matter what.
Yeah, Lou's good for the playoffs, especially when guys are struggling or a little rattled.
Yeah,
like the young guys just last year.
He's a really nice offensive piece when we're struggling.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He always seems to pick it up when we're struggling. So that's why this team's so great. He's a big part of it. But yeah, I don't think he's progressed Dub's development personally.
I mean, Dub's been a pretty good, or not pretty good, a good offensive player since his rookie year.
Yeah. All right, you could head the next one.
Not sure on this username. Enrique MRN0. He asked, if the Thunder don't win a championship in the next 5 years, who should get fired or take the blame?
All right, do you want to answer first?
I don't really see that becoming a problem. I don't think you can really blame Presti on that because he's made all the championship moves to put this team in a position to win. I mean,
so my take on it is it won't take 5 years. If Mark doesn't win in this 2 to 3 year window, I think he's gonna have to be let go. Just like
and
Scott,
it may not
Scott
even
Brooks was.
It may not even be that he's coaching poorly. It's just kind of how the business works in the NBA.
Right.
If you're given a championship team and can't get it done within 3 to 4 years, you're out the door. Yeah, I hate it. I hate how it's that way, but it's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah, I don't see it lasting 5 years. They'd have to win in 2 to 3 years. Also, take the blame. It would have to go on our best player and our coach. So it would have to be Shea and Coach Mark. Maybe Dub.
If Shea's given adequate pieces to win a championship,
right, which he does have right now. And then also like this team, I think if they don't win in the next 2 years, you'll probably see a big move happen. This team is in win now mode completely. So, yeah. like a guy like Giannis or something.
Yeah, I was about to say we've already seen those rumors with the whole Shea or whatever
and
that
I
was.
could definitely buy stock into that too, because I mean Milwaukee's going down the shitter, and
I don't think he'll spend his whole career in Milwaukee. Maybe
yeah.
it's different from a Milwaukee Bucks fan's perspective, but I don't see him staying in Milwaukee his whole career.
Giannis has hinted at it for years that he doesn't want to, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Anyway, I'll take the
Damian Damian Lillard and Kyle Kuzma aren't going to get you over the hump.
No. Kevin Porter Jr.
At least not at this point in Lillard's career.
All right, who we got? Thunderated on Instagram. How many more games do you guys think we lose this season? That's a great question. We're 44-10 after All-Star.
I saw that one earlier.
So wait, how many games do we have left there? We have 20.
You kind of have to take resting into consideration too, because you have to assume if we have the first seed clinched that we're just going to sit guys at the end of the season for the sake of playoff health.
So the thing is with us, we have to go 17-11 at bare minimum to break the franchise record for most wins in a season. So I'm probably going to say we'll end up closer to like 10 losses max. There's going to be games like we started unbelievably hot. We've been really great, but it's hard to keep that up all season long. The seasons are long. Regular season gets dull towards the end, like you said, with the rest and everything. So I mean, I wouldn't be mad at an 18-19 loss season. That would be unreal.
No, I think with our current pace and getting Chet back, if we can stay healthy, I think 7 to 8 more losses is probably realistic. So you're looking at a 17 loss. I wish I was better at math.
17 losses would put us at 65 wins.
Yeah, I think 65 wins is a good goal. And if we get 65 wins, we finish as the best team in the West and hopefully get a good 8 seed matchup. I'm hoping not the Lakers, but I still think we have them if we face them.
Yeah, well, either way, 8 seed's going to be really tough this year. There's teams like Dallas.
It's just a stack conference.
Teams like Dallas, teams like the Clippers, teams like the Suns. Even though we dominate the Suns every time we play them, like obviously they have great players on their team, so it's not like you're common 8 seed. So either way, we're gonna have to be on our game. But
right now, in the West, between the 5th through 8 seed, there's only a 2-game difference. Starting at the top, it's Lakers, Clippers, Timberwolves, and Mavericks. So it's a tight race there.
And those are all good teams. So
yeah. All those teams at least win. I don't know about all of them, but I think they are capable of winning a game in a playoff series against us.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we got a few more we can go through on Instagram.
All right. This kind of goes with what we were just talking about. From Elia_de Blasio 77. They asked best matchup for the Thunder in the playoffs and the worst matchup.
So I'm assuming first round.
First round. Or I don't. It might just be a general question. But
yeah, I mean
we can go first round.
Yeah, if I'm going first round, I'm going Phoenix. I'm not scared of Phoenix at all. We kill them every time. They're a good scoring team, but they don't have defense to guard us, and we do have defense, so we'll come out on top 9 times out of 10 in that series. So I said best matchup, Phoenix. Worst matchup is a really tough question. We've had this question a few times. I still think it's Dallas is the easy answer, especially if they're healthy.
If they can stay healthy.
Right.
If they don't have their bigs, it's easy business for us.
Right. If they don't have all bigs, we're maybe even sweeping them. But Dallas with the 3 bigs would give us some trouble. And,
my preferred matchup is slightly different than yours. I would kind of like to see the Kings just because they blew it up at the trade deadline. They might not have that chemistry heading into the playoffs. And
Yeah.
we've kind of handled business against them as of recent. I think
Um,
Chet and Hardenstein could take care of it business against
Valanciunas.
Sabonis, and then I'm not really worried about Levine or Monk. I think our guards just blow them out of the water.
Yeah, that would definitely be my number one preferred matchup, but I don't think I see them making
Yeah.
it.
I
So
mean, or
they've only had a few games. I think they're like 2-1 with the new squad, but like, too small of sample size to really see what's going on. But
yeah.
yeah,
Got to see more of them.
worst matchup for me would be Dallas if they're healthy, and I'll throw a second one out there. I wouldn't love to see the Lakers just because of the whistle. Just because of the whistle.
Mm-hmm.
I know all series long they're going to get a whistle. They have two of the better players in the NBA, most popular, and we all know how that goes. So
It's just common sense, honestly. We've seen the whistle with Luka on the Mavericks. We've seen the whistle with LeBron everywhere he's been,
right.
and now you're meshing them together.
Yeah, wouldn't be great. I still take us 9 times
And
out of 10 again too.
for ratings and money that the NBA obviously wants to see LeBron do well.
Yeah, they're
Like
pushing the LeBron Luka narrative 100%.
you can look at it blind, but deep down the NBA wants to see LeBron succeed.
Yeah, ideally we just don't go up against them, and Denver takes them out in like the second round or something. Maybe first round if they're 4-5 matchup, because that's looking pretty close right now.
Because they kind of view Denver as their kryptonite, right?
Yeah, Denver's definitely their kryptonite, and I don't want to play against that whistle. I think it's going to be a real frustrating series if we have to. I think our team is 100 times better, but
definitely more depth.
Just for my heart's sake, don't want to see that.
We have them beat we definitely blow them out of the water at the 5 spot.
Yeah, we got them in the bigs.
Not too worried about Alex Lynn here.
No. Okay, but we have one more from. Let's see. Enrique MRNO. Oh, he 0. He did another one.
Yeah, we can answer one more of his though.
Yeah, let's see. Which one did we do? We did next 5 years. So we could do. Would you rather have beat the Heat in 2012 or the Warriors in 2016? That's a great question. I'm going to answer first just because I already know my answer. Heat in 2012, and I'll give you the reason why. We were already in the finals. Beating the Warriors didn't lock up a finals championship for us. We'd still have to play LeBron and Kyrie in the Cavs. So just being in the finals, I would have much rather beaten the Heat in 2012. And who knows, we probably could have kept James Harden, but
yeah, that was literally my exact reason for why I would choose 2012, because that gives the Thunder a better chance of keeping that core group of guys together of Harden, Kevin Durant, Ibaka, and Westbrook. Can't forget about Westbrook. My bad.
Nah, you're good. But yeah, it would have been super sweet to beat the all-time Warriors team there, which we totally should have, but I don't really want to get back into that. Hurts my feelings.
Yeah. I have bad memories of that series.
Yeah, but the Heat kind of just dominated us. We were too young. Came out in that first game hot, won the game, and then every game after that we were down early, so it was really hard for us to come back. And that was also back in 2012 when it was not.
I just don't want to think of 2016 as from a Thunder fan's perspective. 2016 was a great year to be alive, but not from a Thunder perspective.
Right. And for OKC in 2012, the young team, it was also much harder for them to win that championship because it wasn't.
It would have been.
It wasn't the same playoff format.
Yeah.
In 2012, it was not 2-2, 1-1-1. It was 2-3-2. So 2 games at home, 3 on the road, and then 2 at home again. We didn't make it back to OKC. Obviously, we lost some 5, but yeah, definitely 2012.
Yeah, would have been more meaningful for a young team too, because that means probably the start of a Thunder dynasty.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, do we have any more in the comments here? I wasn't on the live for a second.
Hmm. Um, yeah. I mean, we kind of already answered it. It's kind of just a repeat of what we've already talked about. But
Mm.
EJD_fitness dot
Ink.
stop. Yeah, ink. Was this the worst All-Star weekend of all time?
It's hard to think about every single one. Obviously, we weren't even alive for every single one, but I would say, yeah.
I mean, all the recent ones haven't been anything special, so you're not comparing this one to much.
Right. I think Mac might have single-handedly helped the dunk contest out this year by himself. But if we're just talking about the game, I think the format was awful. I didn't enjoy it. I sat on my couch for hours watching TV ads and Kevin Hart speak, and
Yeah, at least it has that one thing that carries weight. You can look back and be like, yeah, 2024, that was the year that Mac McClung won 3 dunk contests in a
right,
row.
jumped over
Maybe,
the hood of the car. But
maybe that will be remembered throughout NBA history.
um, yeah, the one other thing with the game on Sunday night is I was really happy to see my players go out and play in the All-Star game. But if I don't get to see Jalen Williams for more than 3 minutes on the court, what does that do for me? Like,
Yeah.
he played in the first game. Obviously, they're subs on an 8-man team. They lost, and that was it. That's all we saw from him. So
Give my All-Stars more minutes instead of watching a kid win a rigged competition for $100,000,
right,
please.
right, yeah. That was ridiculous. First of all, that bothered me too because the kid sucked.
Dame
Um,
Dame was trying so hard not to laugh because he was trying to make it as he was trying to not make it obvious that he was intentionally missing the
yeah,
last few shots, but he's one of the best NBA shooters of all time. If he wanted to make that shot, he would have.
yeah, easily. They could have pulled someone. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, is that all we have for questions wise?
I don't know why they had to pull Dame into it though. It could have just been like a fan versus fan thing, but
I'm surprised they didn't pull Steph. They were in San Francisco, but I mean, I guess Dame from Oakland. But like,
yeah.
I guess they already knew Steph was getting the MVP. So
Yeah. That's another subject.
yeah, um,
That's normally how it goes though. If it's in an all-star city, the all-star that plays in their city is going to get the ball the most and get the most shots up, which ultimately means they have the best odds of winning the all-star MVP. Just how it goes.
for sure. All right.
If it was in OKC, I would be pretty confident that Shea comes out with the All-Star Game MVP trophy.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, first game was looking like he was going for the MVP, and then they sat 3 hours, so he probably got a little cold, a little tired, a little bored, maybe. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the recap of All-Star Weekend, in our opinions, anyway. Not great.
Other than that, we have some cool stuff coming up that you guys should be on the lookout for on Thursday. We're bringing in a special guest. I think y'all will like this one. It's a pretty big one.
100%.
And then obviously we'll come out with the recap after Friday's game against the Jazz. Hopefully a Thunder blowout.
Yeah, hopefully we start the season back up with a bang. And yeah, Thursday, huge guest. Be ready for that. And yeah, that's all I got.
And obviously this live is on my Instagram account, Thunder Fan Zone. But if you want to stay tuned with the podcast, I'm on about I would say 80% of the episodes. Follow the Bring the Thunder Instagram so you're up to date with our episodes coming up in our podcast schedule.
All right, guys. That's it for us tonight. Appreciate y'all watching, and Thunder up.